Guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'll be sharing with you how I usually day trade cashing scalping opportunities, day trading opportunities. I've been able to grow very small accounts. You can cash a very high risk reward trade growing, trading even with a very small account. You can see the results there. This is simple, and I've been able to even win an award simply by using this my entry techniques, being able to manage my risk properly. As you can see in the presentation, right, you can see, guys, how I can grow a very small account. Okay, so basically I'm going to be sharing with you how I do my analysis, and make sure that you follow to the end. All right. Okay, traders, welcome to my channel. I am Full Kingsley. By the grace of God, I bring to you guys strategies, tutorials on the forex market, volatility indices, metals like gold, Nasdaq, VIX75, many other instruments. You want to subscribe to your channel by hitting on the subscribe button and notification bell to not miss out. Right, so let's head to the analysis right away. Okay, so right now we have jump 25, and I've been able to catch some very good two trading setups here. And one of the things that makes distinguish my trading is I am a trend follower. So I trade with the trend of the market. So I'll go to the H4 time frame, as you can see here. Right, from the H4 time frame, I'll identify my trend of the market. All right, I equally look at the daily time frame, where I mark out my key zones. So these key zones will act as, my major zones in the bigger time frame, or in the long run, how I'm going to be targeting my trades. So if you look at these zones here, you are going to see that we have key zones which are marked out, and you see that this was a very good zone here which I marked out. Right, you see that when price is going down and we see a down move like this in the daily, in the H4, it will be a trending market. So if price comes down here and you are still selling without identifying that this is a key previous low that was created here, price might come and reverse. You not know why, and maybe hit your stop loss. So I identified this, and I know that once price breaks out of here, we are probably going to see price drop down so powerfully, and that is exactly what happened. So if you look at it now, you see now that price has been dropping powerfully. What I do now, I drop to the H4 time frame. I only want to be looking for my sell trades, right? So I only look for sell trades here, and you can see here we see price creating series of lower lows, and lower lows and all of that. Okay, so if you see very well, you are going to see that we have lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and then lower highs. Right, so what I usually do, I'll be waiting for price to pull back. Right now, if you look at it, you look at with the use of a trend line, you see that we have this diagonal support here, which price has been pulling down to. Right, so you can see identify it multiple times like this. Okay, price have been pulling down, so let's just use the initial one. Right, so since it's new year, I'm wishing everyone a happy new year, and in order to also share my love with people, I've made my services cheaper. I've divided it many times cheaper. So for the signal forums and the mentorship forum, I've divided the price. I've made it very low and almost free for everyone. So if you want to find out the current prices, make sure you check me out on Telegram. I'm going to leave a link in this pinned comment below. But what I do now is I drop now to smaller time frame, where I can enter in the H1, I can enter in the 15 minutes and all of that. So I have a couple of factors that I consider to enter. Right, when price pull back here, I usually consider the trend line, liquidity, and my other entry techniques. So now you can see here, this was a zone that I identify here. We have an order block here that was created. Right, so price actually came and this other block got rejected, and what happened, it came up here, we had liquidity cleared, and what happened, price dropped. So that was a good trading opportunity, because from here you see a very strong bearish engulfing candle that indicated a very strong drop. Right, so we indicated a very strong drop. You see that price dropped powerfully. Now we price start moving down. I identified this to be what the previous low that we had here. Right, and now since price is in an impulsive move here, we cannot be selling, making a complete sell, like a complete sell on its own. What we want to be looking for is, we want to be looking for only scalping opportunities, or we wait for price to pull back. Now you can see use trend or chart patterns, like here. For instance, if you connect this, right, you are going to find out that a chart pattern is going to automatically come out here. And with this chart pattern, you can drop further, maybe to the 15 minutes time frame, and then you trade this breakout, because price is only consolidating. right? Because you see that once price drops, for instance, you see that when price drops and consolidate and pulls backwards like this, there's most probable that the next move will be a breakout and a down move. All right, so because we had this move and then we have this correction, we usually call this a correction because price actually corrects from a down move. Sometimes price will move down, just correct immediately, it moves, it corrects immediately, it moves, or it can correct by what? Consolidating. So when it consolidates like that, what happened? We draw to be a chart pattern and we just connect this low. What we do now, we expect price to close. Now when price breaks out of here, you see the momentum of the candlestick. This could still be what? A short entry, right? So we have a short entry here, and then you can measure the size of this pattern here, which you put as your target. So you can say from here to here, right? From here to here will be the size of what you're going to use as your target. You make, and then you see price move down, right? But now you can see I have many entry techniques in which I usually do, and I have a specific technique in which I'm teaching my mentorship students, right? I have this specific technique in which I used to enter, but you need to get the general concept and how you can catch advantages. So here we had price. You see, this is the previous low that was created here. Look at it, was based on the H1. Look at, let me show you guys what I mean here. There was a previous low that was created and price was actually moving down. So let's just cancel this. We have already understood what this meant, right? You had this pullback that was consolidating. So now you can see this zone here. At that moment, this was the previous low that was created before price pulled back, right? So when I mark out this zone here, it indicates that there are times where price could come like this and then breaks and then pull back, right? Or let's say if it can come like this and doesn't breaks then pull back. So if it comes now and then got rejected and pulled back, then we are going to wait. But now, if you see that price has broken through, you see now this candle closed below that zone there. What happened? I dropped to 5 minutes time frame and I look for my other confirmations to enter, right? You see now that price pulled back. We have this other block zone here. So look at how price look at how it dropped, guy. Price drops powerfully and now price is pulling back. We have other opportunities, so always look at the H4 time frames, and we try to identify various scenarios. So you can see here we have a very strong downtrending market. So that is it. Now let me just take a quick recap. Number one thing you have to identify is look at the trend of the market. You can go to the daily time frame, you mark out the zones. H4, you look at the trend of the market. Number two thing, you wait for price to pull back to key levels. Now when price is pulling back, you can enter either based on what you can use chart patterns, right? You can use liquidity, you can use other blocks, right? But the essence is you should wait for price to pull back to your key zones, right? Because when it pulled back, you find that the impulsive move is completed. It can pull back into a trend line zone like this and then you short. You see that you are going to incur a very small stop loss, and once price consolidates in a zone and breaks out, it usually drops so powerfully. That's why you see that I am able to risk, or I can take a very small account size and then I just risk like this. For instance, this trade I didn't risk up to $1, right? And then you see that in no time you have made $4, right? So you see, because you have entered with the trend, number one. Number two, you entered when there was just a breakout from a consolidation. That consolidation is when many traders are struggling to take their profits, guys. So basically that is it, guys. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you found the video helpful. If you found it helpful, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Also make sure that you subscribe to the channel, and like I said, as a sign to extend my my love for people in this festive period, just making my various services cheap and almost free. All right, so you want to write me out, like maybe you want to get a signal, you want to get my secret entry strategies, my private course that I've written, you might want to hit me up, the link in the Telegram channel below. So thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.